If you're struggling to make content consistently, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. Because the truth is, if you're trying to create content without a system, you're just wasting time. My name is Matt Maniego, and I've been a professional content creator since 2010. I've worked with some of the biggest brands in the world, and I've got a few awards to show for that. I've spent hundreds of hours perfecting a system that helps me create content easily and at scale without the burnout. And the best thing is, this system works for any niche that you might be in. Now, I'm in the sports niche. We create a lot of sports content, but this system works for wedding videographers, for YouTubers, for content creators, for fill in the blank. Whatever it is that you're creating, this system can work for you. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the hardest step in the system, which is the first step, and that's finding your first video editor. But before we get into that, I wanna show you guys what the system can do. I have a handful of clients that are pretty demanding in terms of content. My team produces about 20 to 30 pieces of content per month. That's almost one per day. And if you don't have the right strategy or the right team to do this, you're probably gonna burn out and fail. You know, most content creators wanna hold on to their creating part, including the editing. But if you've already established a look and a feel, and now you're just at a point where you're like, I need to grow a little bit more if I could focus on the business, you're gonna need to relinquish some of that creating in post-production to someone else. And this is one of the easiest ways to do it. Now, I've been doing this for 15 years and I've tried many different systems, but this one has by far been the most efficient, probably because I spent the most time on it. So going back, we have a handful of clients that are really demanding on content. When I was doing this by myself, I was working about 40 to 50 hours a week, sometimes 60, because I also had shoots and I also had to be on set, and then I had calls and then emails, and then, oh yeah, we have to pay the contractors. So you're probably understanding what that feels like, right? I had to figure out a way to offload some of this workload so that I could help the business grow and still have the content done for my client. I went from about 40 to 50 hours a week to now about 8 to 10 hours a week. So maybe I'm in front of the computer for about an hour, hour and a half a day, which is way less than what I used to do before. Hiring your first editor is gonna be the longest because it's really about you and the psychology of letting go. And so this is one thing that I learned in my experience over the last 15 years is learning how to let go of that creation process. Because most of us as creators, I'll tell you this much, I did not want anyone to touch my content because it was mine. But it wasn't until the last 2 years where I started to let go, where I started to see the business grow, and my own personal time was starting to grow as well. I was able to spend more time with my family. I have 2 daughters now, and also focus on my health. So letting go is really important in this, and I'm gonna show you the first step, which is finding someone that'll help take that off your hands. So I'm sure you've heard of different websites like Fiverr or Upwork, or even, you know, Craigslist, or finding people on Facebook Marketplace. But for me, by far I've gotten the best results is on this website called OnlineJobs.ph. This website is great because, well, one, I'm Filipino and the people that I'm hiring are also Filipino, which is great. It feels good to be able to give back to my fellow countrymen back home in the Philippines. Not only that, the people on Online Jobs are pretty much vetted because they have to pay to be on the platform. This website costs $70 a month, and it's totally worth it because you'll probably only need 1 month to build a good team. And they actually guarantee that if you don't find anyone, they'll give you your money back. And there's a couple months when I initially did this, I asked for my money back and they actually refunded me. So it's a pretty good website. It's run by good people. So on Online Jobs, you'll sign up for an account. You can use the affiliate link below, my affiliate link. And then again, I'm not trying to make money off the affiliate links here. I'm trying to show you guys the system that'll help prevent you guys from burning out. So what you're gonna wanna do is when you get onto the website, you're gonna search for video editor, okay? It's very easy. And then what you wanna do here is you wanna go to last active and you wanna put a week or less. Those are the people who are actively looking for a job, and you hit refine search results here. So what I like to do, instead of looking through people's portfolios or their descriptions, I actually look for people who have nice profile photos. And in my experience, over the last 2 years, everyone that I've chosen that has a nice profile photo has actually yielded really good results in video editing. So if they put this attention to detail in their profile photo, it's more than likely that they'll put that same attention to detail in the videos that they edit for you. See, here's her name is Maranatha. She actually took the time to take an actual photo. Actually, at least it looks like an actual photo. It might be AI, but hey, who knows? But it looks pretty decent. So I'll reach out to her. She has her link to her existing work here. And you could take a look at it if you want, but the fastest way to do this is really just to reach out to them and contact them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put subject a video editor, and I have a template email, and I'll put that template message below so that you can copy and paste it. Just put your information in there and, you know, change out my name to your name, obviously. And then you're going to hit contact. Okay. And that's, you reached out to your first person. And so what you want to do is you want to do this 5 times. From the 5 people, you probably get responses from like 2 to 3. And what you want to do at this point is you want to give them a test project. You actually want to give them a project that's pretty simple to do, but something that's in your niche, right? And whatever that might be. Have them edit something to about a minute. So like a short or a reel. I wouldn't give them a whole wedding project right away, or a full-on like talking head 2.5 minute like piece. No, like don't overwhelm them with footage. You want to keep the project small, maybe between 60 to 100 gigabytes, and you want to keep it under a minute. That should be more than enough to get them 1 minute's worth of content. What we're really doing here is we're just testing to see how they can edit, how fast they can work, and most importantly, how they communicate. Okay. So you'll give them a deadline of about 24 to 48 hours. But in my experience, most people most video editors on this website get it done within the next day, mainly because it's just a minute, right? And again, we're just testing how they are and what it feels like to work with somebody. And during this test process, you're gonna offer them $10 for the test. Okay, yeah, I know it's another expense, but it's a very small cost. $10 is $10, right? So of these 3, you're probably gonna choose one. It's gonna take a few days to get up to speed on how you work and how they work. What you're gonna wanna do is, you could talk to them about what your needs are, but the most important thing that you wanna talk to them about is being a good communicator. Okay, I tell this to everyone that I work with, is that if I have to ask for an update, you're late. If you update me, you're on time. So this is one thing that you need to be emphasizing at the very beginning of this relationship, because they're more than likely in the Philippines. So that means they're 15 hours ahead. The last thing you want is you're working on a deadline, it's 2 p.m. in the middle of the day, and then you need an edit done. And if they're 15 hours ahead, that means it's 5 a.m. in the Philippines, and they're probably sleeping at that point. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're either gonna ask them to work on your time or get it done the day before. So one workflow that works really well for us is that we upload our projects at the end of the day, and then we'll give the brief to our editor. And then by the time we wake up the next day, we'll already have the first draft of that video. So it's kind of like having a 24-hour turnaround all the time. And that's the first step in the content automation engine. Again, if you want a step-by-step guide on how to do this, download the content automation guide below. We're actually going to start a community, because actually I've been getting feedback from the people who are using this system that it'll be easier if we had a community where people can ask questions if they run into speed bumps here and there. It's a great place to be able to communicate and give you guys updates, or give my input on things outside of these YouTube videos, obviously, or emailing. So we'll be starting that up soon. We have an introductory price for the first few people who would download it through the YouTube channel, but that price is going to go up as soon as we hit this threshold. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to sync up with your team, but as soon as you do that, you're going to wonder why you were ever editing things on your own. If you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and be on the lookout for the community, because we're going to be opening up that soon. And if you want to learn how to use this team and to use this method to create content using AI, click the video that's coming up right now.